Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. So, let's see, where are we? There we go. It's about 2:10 p.m., 28.2 Celsius, 57% humidity, and yeah, my camera's doing the upside down thing, which is driving me crazy. So, still 8:25 Tuesday, 82.7, and there you go. Battery's all charged, or not charged, still in the yellow, the old Energizer there. Alright folks, I really did go to Tractor Supply to buy the arm for the backhoe loader, and I got it installed. I just want to show you a couple of things on it. First of all, should you run into this task, this is becoming somewhat of a sad story. We'll go through that later. Should you end up with this task having to replace one of these arms, one of these support arms, first thing I did is I put the arm in, right, you can see it right here, and tried to use the arm to get the backhoe level, the backhoe, properly supported. I got to tell you, good luck with that. Then what I did was I disconnected the arm and used the backhoe to get itself where it should be. Get the chains tight, get these guys tight. Get it more or less leveled up and so forth, and that worked much better. Then I put it back in. Compared to my thumb, right, you guys could see the size of that. It's kind of smaller than my thumb. The new one I put on is the same size as this, and you can see the difference, right? So it's much bigger. This is a Cat 1. This is going to be upside down when you look at it, but if you're really curious, you guys can see it's made in India. Tractor Supply sells these things for about 25 bucks. This broke. You can see by the way the pin would go through the top that it was kind of sideways torsion or torque or whatever that broke this, which means it was probably the pump that did it, right? I moved, the backhoe around and all that with this loose on top as I was positioning it, and I could feel the pump working, but even when I was like lifting the backhoe using the feet here, or the end of the backhoe to kind of move things around. To be honest with you, it didn't feel like there was that much strain on it, so I'm kind of surprised that the pump would have snapped it off. I don't know. Maybe. I always put the feet down when I'm digging, because if you don't put the feet down, right, and you're doing anything with the bucket, you're putting a lot of strain on this whole 3-point hitch. Also, I'm not one for using the backhoe, right? Some people use the backhoe, they lift their feet up and then use the backhoe part to reposition the whole tractor. I'm not one for doing that. So I'm not exactly sure why it broke. But if you read literature on these turnbuckles, I mean, they're a little fancier than a turnbuckle. But if you read literature on that, they really are meant to have pull and push strength. They're really not meant to have any torsion strength. They're not meant to have all that much sideways torque put on them. So given that I'm up you know, I probably have twice as much metal here. I think this thing is probably fixed permanently. When it comes to using the backhoe loader here, mostly I use the loader, to be honest with you. It makes a really great wheelbarrow. If there's an abundance of snow, it helps me with that. I mean, it's just an all-round work saver. I mean, getting all this gravel here, right? It did all that work. So, yeah, out of everything, and you can see this is all bent up by. Sometimes I put chains on this thing and lift things that are too heavy for it. So, yeah, this thing from if you got to buy one attachment to go with your backhoe loader, I'm going to assume that you're not buying it to cut 50 acres of fields or something. The loader is really the most helpful. The backhoe is helpful. Use it, but the loader is used like 8 out of 10 times the backhoe goes out. 9 out of 10 times the backhoe is used less frequently. Though, if you're trying to dig a 6-foot trench, right, the loader is not of much good. Obviously, the backhoe is a necessity. Either that or when you get to be my age, you want to rent something, because, boy, that's a lot of work to dig a 6-foot trench. All right, folks. Yeah, that's all I can tell you. Once again, the turnbuckle tractor lift arm, or tractor stabilizer arm, whatever you want to call it. It's a fancy turnbuckle. $25. Tractor Supply. Easy to get a hold of, no problem. Brought the old one in, matched the length, matched the ends, so that, right. It would have sucked if, though this seems pretty standard. It actually seems very, very standard, so that wasn't too hard to match up. They all seemed about like that. This, if I had to guess, was made in China. It doesn't look all that it looks like the rest of the tractor, to be honest with you. It doesn't look all that fancy. So looks like the welds and everything else from the rest of the tractor, the same paint as the rest of the tractor, that ugly black. So I'm thinking it was made wherever the tractor was made. Alright, and just if anybody cares, this is a Shenniu, something like that. This came from China Diesel. They used to have ads when I was a kid in Mother Earth News. Mother Earth News is still around. I'm not sure China Diesel is, but this was called the Hardy Diesel. For a while, I think you're seeing that, right? More than that. There you go, Hardy Diesel. For a while, they had to stop selling these in the United States. I guess they weren't meeting air pollution standards. Either that, or they were selling too many of them, and they kind of got the attention of all the other tractor suppliers, and they made them stop. It's been a good tractor. I don't know, I probably have like 300-400 hours on it. Typically when it goes out to work, it works hard, right? You guys saw when I rolled it kind of over there by where the forklift, or where the plow is, you know, I rolled it onto its side. I mean, it's not had the easiest life with me. I'm pretty good about keeping it full. Well, I always check the oil before I run it, and I always make sure the radiator's full before I run it. So, you know, I always try to keep it greased and take halfway decent care of it. I'm not sure I could get parts for it. You know, maybe I can, but I'm not positive about that. So normally I try not to break it. So far, it had, it was popping fuses, and that was due to a wire harness rubbing on the frame. It rubbed through, so fixed that. So that was no big deal. Other than that, what trouble have I had? Every once in a while the battery dies. I guess I've had it for 16 years now. The first set of batteries lasted a real long time. It had a pair of 6s in it. The second battery lasted until a couple years ago. I think the battery in it's a couple of 2-3 years old. Other than, a few batteries and that electrical thing, which was no big deal. And now it broke a strut. It's really been a good tractor. Oh, the front power steering piston, hydraulic piston, went bad, and my neighbor, who's a old real hands-on mechanic, machinist type of person, I went and talked to him about it. He says, "Oh, just unscrew the cap and wrap cotton string around it, heavier than the stuff you get at the bakery." He goes, "Just wrap that around it and put the cap back on good and tight and you'll be fine." And I did, and it was. So that's, I don't know, 50 cents worth of string to fix that, which obviously is no big deal. I used the old, I think I got it out of a plumbing box I bought at a flea market. I'm not sure why they use the cotton string, heavy, multiple strands. Like had 20 strands that you normally get on bakery string, all in one. They must use it to seal something. Anyway, it worked beautifully. Wrapped it around, tightened the cap up. It's been good. All right, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. And getting to an old ending phrase: live, love, and enjoy your life. Remember to get out there and have fun. All right, folks. Actually, it was live, love, keep your handlebars up, keep your tires down. And guys, remember to go out there and enjoy your lives. Take care now, folks. Bye.